right-footed copy. Oh! Bang! That one goes down. Champions! He takes that chance. Aguero!
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, Sports Fans Network. I am the CHALL, and welcome to another edition of the Final Whistle. La Liga action. FC Barcelona. Bien hecho Barcelona. Rendimiento fantástico. Barcelona battered Sevilla. Battered them. Before we get started, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, click the notification bell so you never miss another YouTube video. And I will say it again for the Barcelona fans in the house watching this video right now. Rendimiento fantástico. Fantastic performance. Let's get straight into this then. Another edition of the Final Whistle. And let's start, as always, with your starting lineups. The hosts at the new camp this evening, FC Barcelona, had a pretty good starting lineup with so many young, exciting players in that lineup, like Alejandro Balde, of course, Lamine Yamal, who picked up the Player of the Month award before the game. You've got experienced players like Jules Koundé, Raphinha, and you've also got a switch to the lineup as originally thought. Eric Garcia pulled up in the warm-up with injury, so Ansu Fati made his way into the starting lineup in place of the Spaniard. Sevilla also had a decent lineup with some pretty good experienced players. Goalkeeper Ørjan Nyland of Norwegian nationality, Nemanja Gudelj in the midfield, as well as other talent such as Dodi Lukebakio, who picked up 3 goals so far this season heading into this game. The bench is pretty strong as well, with former Arsenal player Albert Sambi-Lokonga, former Manchester City Academy graduate Kelechi Iheanacho, and other experienced players such as Jesus Navas and Suso also making the bench. Este football de incredible. That football was incredible. Wow. Barcelona were amazing tonight. They were amazing. The football they were playing was incredible. Lamine Yamal. Mate, he's 17 years old. Lamine Yamal is 17 years old. 17. And he's playing like an experienced veteran. Silky, technical, live wire on that wing. Raphinha. Well done, Raphinha. Wow. Again, Barcelona's attacking pressure was spot on tonight. They were all over them. The amount of chances that we saw in that game was just incredible. Sevilla sat deep, invited pressure early on. And do you know what the difference is between Sevilla and the Premier League? Some of the Premier League teams. They didn't just sit back and accept it. No. This is La Liga. This is not the Premier League. Sevilla actually played football. They still broke forward. Lukebakio got a goal. They still played football. Sevilla still played football. They came forward in numbers. They tried the counter. It worked to some regard. Didn't get more chances off. But they still tried. They still went forward. They still played football. For me, Barcelona were the better side. By all means, by a landslide, they were the better side. But let's be frank, shall we? Sevilla still tried. Still got a consolation goal. Still went forward. Still pressed in numbers. Still tried to counter. They didn't just sat back, part the bus and admit it. Sevilla weren't great, but they played better than if it was someone like a Wolves coming up against Barcelona or anything like that. They would have just sat back, invited more pressure, become 5, 6, 7, 8. Sevilla actually still tried. You know, yes, the scoreline wasn't respectable by Sevilla standards, and is the Sevilla manager going to be under pressure after this? Maybe. But overall for me, Barcelona were the better team throughout, and Sevilla still played football. I thought Barcelona's midfield worked great. I think they pressed very, very well. it was attacking, it was on the front foot. Big shout out to Hansi Flick. Barcelona's going to give Real Madrid a decent shout for the title this year. I'm not going to say Barcelona are going to win the title, but for me personally, I think they'll give them a decent title charge at the very least. I think Barcelona is in that mix, 100%, no questions about it. Real Madrid will be the favourites. I still rate Ancelotti. I still rate Los Blancos, Real Madrid. But Barcelona will challenge, 100%. Sevilla, on the other hand, let's see what happens with them. Because, I think this might be Jesus Navas' last season. They're going to be transitioning. They're going to go through a phase. Is the manager in trouble? Because the manager came up from Las Palmas from last season. So, stepping into Sevilla from Las Palmas, no disrespect to Las Palmas, but Sevilla is a much bigger atmosphere and a much bigger club on stature than Las Palmas. It's a much bigger responsibility, a lot bigger job. But yeah, Barcelona did very, very well tonight. They were really, really good tonight. But Sevilla, to their credit, still played football and still tried to go forward at times and didn't just sit back and admit defeat and just try and park it, compress it, put everyone behind the ball for the whole of the game. They only did it, to start off with, but they still pressed forward, still countered well. But Barcelona were just a different level tonight. You can still play good football and still be thrashed by the better opponent because of the different levels within the team. So Barcelona for me were the better team throughout by a landslide. But credit to Sevilla, they still played football. And that's why La Liga is one of the best leagues in the world. And I don't need any kind of PR or advertisement to just, to let you know that. We know that watching the football. My player of the game is Raphinha. Again, he was just on fire today. 85% pass accuracy. 2 out of 2 successful dribbles statistically. 80% of the tackles won. 73% ground duels won. 8 out of 11. The tackles were 4 out of 5. 2 big chances created out of the 4 in the game. And in terms of his performance individually overall, he was just absolutely on fire. He was a live wire constantly, made things happen, created chances, worked it very, very well. The link-up play with the midfield and the attacking force was just phenomenal from Raphinha. Obviously, with the late change with Ansu Fati coming in for the injured Eric Garcia, you've got Raphinha in that situation where he has to move. Fati comes in. You've got Lamine Yamal on another wing. You've got Robert Lewandowski in the attack, who was just on fire as well. Like I said, the great thing about Hansi Flick is he's getting the most out of Robert Lewandowski and Raphinha again. And there was a lot of concerns about those two players during previous season. Had they still got it? Do they have still something left in them? Do they have that fire left in them? And Hansi Flick's brought that out this season so far. And, Raphinha and Lewandowski are looking completely different players to last season. I think Raphinha's been fantastic so far. I think Lewandowski's been on fire so far this season. And Raphinha's told it tonight, and so did Lewandowski. But I picked out Raphinha because he, for me, was the best individual performer on that pitch, in my personal opinion. I think Lewandowski was a close second, though. And I think the midfield did themselves justice as well. But I'd go with Raphinha today. I thought he was very, very good. And he can hold his head up. He's an experienced pro like Lewandowski. And he can hold his head up ready to go into a couple of big crucial games with Bayern Munich in the Champions League, with the derby coming up, the big game with Real Madrid coming up as well. So 2 big opponents in Real Madrid and Bayern Munich. So I think Raphinha's mindset will be of a positive mindset going into those 2 big games before getting back into more La Liga action as well. So what is next for these 2 teams? Let's start off with Barcelona. Of course, 23rd of October, they go and host Bayern Munich in the UEFA Champions League phase. On the 26th of October, they go away to the Santiago Bernabeu in a big derby league match with Real Madrid. Then they got Espanyol on the 3rd of November at the Nou Camp. Then they go away in the Champions League phase again on the 6th of November to Crvena Zvezda. And then on the 10th of November, they will be playing Real Sociedad and that is away from home. So Barcelona have some decent fixtures coming up. It should be a good run overall for the big old Barcelona ahead of their title charge and their Champions League campaign as well. So for Sevilla, on the 25th of October, they go away to Espanyol before the 30th of October away clash against Las Rozas in the Copa del Rey. They then host Real Sociedad on the 3rd of November before travelling to Leganés on the 10th of November. Then on the 24th of November, they are playing Real Vallecano. So Sevilla have got some decent fixtures coming up. It's an okay run to try and build their form back up again. But there will be questions from some Sevilla fans about the manager's position going into those games. And if they don't pick up a good run in and amongst those 5 games, and I think with the Las Lorias game especially, if they get knocked out by Las Lorias, and no disrespect to Las Losas, but if they get knocked out by them in the Copa del Rey, then there will be serious questions about the manager, even this early on. Because, I'm not going to sit here and lie. I think Sevilla fans will start questioning the manager going forward. But that is going to be it for this edition of The Final Whistle. Make sure you do like, comment, subscribe. And for now, ladies and gentlemen, I am the CHALL representing SFN, the Sports Fans Network. Ta-ra for now. And that is full time. Riemiendo fantastico. Barcelona.
Right foot to copy.